Hello, my friend. So, a bunch of stuff to say, man. I waited 2 days because there wasn't just much to say, honestly. So the general outline of how I feel about my life at the moment and my progress is there is, I don't know, just a weird shift in sense of productivity. I don't know, like I feel like the more I go on, like the paradox of the reason, like a theory that explains why life seems shorter as you live. Okay, like goes 1 year when you're 5 years old is like a fifth of your life, which is like a fucking lot. And as you get old, like when you're 80, just 1 year is like 18th, 80th. You get the point. It's a very small fraction of time, so 1 year seems faster. I think a very similar thing is happening now, I guess. Maybe that's a theory, I think, with my work. Because I've been on Excel for the past fucking 3 days, and like the progression curve has been so fucking slow. To do the littlest things, I have to wait so long. I mean, there is also the factor of like lack of knowledge about certain things. I don't know how certain things work, so I don't know how to add them to the Excel sheet. Like for example, the payment. When you have to give the receipt to someone, and all the fucking laws about that. Like, what do I need? What can I go without? And all of that. I fucking have to understand. And I think the best way, even with AI, fucking deep researchers from Gemini, I've not understood it very well. I still have to read the articles fully. I think the best way is to just fucking talk to a human for this stuff. Yeah. So as far as that's kind of the thing. I've not also been studying a lot. I noticed I've been like one tasking a certain thing, and while usually I used to like do the fucking dishes. If you remember, like a few days ago, I was mentioning how I was being like productive outside of this stuff. Now I feel like the reason I was doing the dishes the other days and all of the fucking house stuff was because I felt very satisfied from the work I was doing here, so much so that I felt entitled to go around and waste time on fucking random stuff. And now I feel as if like I'm not doing enough, so going and doing other things is like it's not letting me achieve the same level of progress I was used to achieving. Okay, so that results in me wanting to not do the house stuff, because I'm fucking falling behind and I have to complete this. I feel like I haven't done a lot, so I don't do that, because if I do that, I came back and I did no fucking progress. It's kind of annoying. So there is this difference of feeling, of like, as before I was more satisfied and fulfilled by the work I was doing, and I felt like I was making a lot of progress. Now, not much. Why? Is it just the progression curve naturally decreasing? Is it me, which is like not being as productive, I guess? Maybe I'm slacking off, so I'm doing less and I'm doing less important work, I think. And I don't know, man. I don't know, honestly, but that's my feeling and how it's going right now. Sounds like a fucking angle grinder outside my house. There's some kids blowing into a can. Yeah, so that's the gist of it in terms of how I feel like my progress is going. Pretty shit, honestly. But I mean, to be fair, I've done a lot of stuff on my Excel sheet. I mean, every time I make a video like this, I made a lot of progress, honestly. I encountered a strange phenomena I have yet to understand, but it's fucking math, and I honestly don't feel like I have the I'm competent enough to understand what's going on. But I made some pretty fucking cool graphs explaining the change of price as you vary the certain variables, okay? And I feel like they're very useful. Though I'd say I'm not sure if they make sense, because when I change a value, it also changes the value on that, and like but it makes sense if I change it to the same number. It's fucking strange. But essentially, I made very long formulas to simulate a dynamic what if function. Like crazy fucking shit if you have no idea what I'm talking about. But basically, I was able to remake the entire spreadsheet simulation with different values and the corresponding total cost of 1 kilogram of beef jerky. This is all to get a graph of how the price will change if I only changed one variable. That said, it felt very nice when I discovered this. Took a lot of time to figure out and wrap my head around. It took a fucking full morning of house music and concentration and fucking biting my nails. Yeah, I have very short nails on my thumb, on my right thumb, the fucking biting. It's very stressful, but I managed to make that work, and that felt amazing. It was very cool. Though I think I'm starting to realize maybe it's not that as useful as I thought, or as accurate, or as it's not basically what I thought it would do. Maybe I'm not sure. I have to still assess that, but still a lot of progress. Also, I wanted to share with you a couple of things I wrote down. Very cool stuff I did. So, as you know, I've been forking a lot. I've not been fucking a lot, but I've been forking a lot of code thanks to AI. You know, I've been forking, basically modifying the code of certain open sources programs. Most of the times it was HTML to make the timer app. I'm still using that, by the way. Very cool. I also changed the icon. As you can see, it's like the time thing. I can pin the time in my day, and I can know like this block I did a lot of fucking work, and from here to here I did flashcards and all of this stuff. Again, not very precise, just to get an idea. Very rough, not labeled. I want this to be as fucking minimalist as possible, because I feel like the more layer of complexity I add, the less it becomes useful and more of a burden, like a mental burden. So that's why I want to keep it fucking stupid, as simple as possible, as stupid as possible. Yeah. So other than this, I also fucking did a thing I fucking love. Okay, I had this thumbnail picker HTML from GitHub. I mean, it was a website. It was like this program this guy made, and it was very useful. Okay, but basically this thing I basically use for all of my thumbnails on my main YouTube channel. Like, this is the go-to fucking thumbnail picker. It allows you to move from frame to frame, take a screenshot, and you can just fucking copy this and shit. And I love this program. Okay. Yet, when I went uploading in batch, and I usually upload in batch a lot of stuff, like fucking over 30 videos, I noticed a couple of annoyances. For example, I upload a video on this HTML page, and it sets the default size of the image as of the video, like the same width and height of the video. Problem with that is sometimes if I have a good video, like a good quality video with a lot of light and a super view wide angle, it's very heavy, and it's so heavy, the screenshot itself, that it doesn't let me upload it on YouTube because it's like more than 2 GB or something, not gigabyte, megabytes. It has to be smaller. So what I have to do manually always is modify this width and then take the screenshots for the video. I discovered that I could take this fucking page, could download the source code, and this is basically something I can open. Like, if I save the source code in a file on my PC, and the extension with HTML, and that's the code, like the code inside this file, that's the code. It's like, that's just all there is. Okay, that's fucking crazy. A lot of this shit, man. And once I modify, if I'm able to modify, which I'm not, the code, I can double click the file on my PC, will open the tab on my browser with the code inside the file. And while the standard file had a certain code, I could modify that. So that's what I did with AI. I just did it was a bit of a tedious process, but I managed, like over an hour, I managed to get what I wanted. So first of all, I have the preview of the size of the image here. It wasn't there before. This thing here, 2 megabytes, and I also set default width that doesn't change every time I upload a video. Crazy fucking shit. I also tried fixing the auto snap feature, but it didn't work out very well, so I dropped that. So far, very fucking good. I can just focus on uploading and choosing without worrying about the fucking size or anything like that. So big props to me, man. That's one thing. Another one is on the Excel sheet. When I made the graph, I'm trying to understand how much the price varies, and if it varies, like if how can I explain it? If the curve varies or just transcends, if it moves like up or down in the price, or it also changes the wave function. Wave function? What the fuck am I, a physicist? Like if it changes the line, the fucking and I was trying to understand that. And honestly, I still don't think I know the answer. I think it doesn't, from what I've seen on the graph, because look at this. I was able to find the formula. Basically, I can also enable the formula here, but essentially the tendency, if you see the small transparent line, that's the like general tendency of the dependence, the fucking of the formula. So every time I change a value, it appears to stay the same. Like the number, the R squared, like this is the fucking angle it is at, and it's always the same. So I think it doesn't, it just moves up and down. So yeah, I don't know where I wanted to go with that. I guess the whole remaking the formula simulation for all the values wasn't really necessary after all. I mean, it's still cool to have, because I can understand the prices on the graph itself. If I didn't have the simulation considering all of the other things, and I just had a what if function, I just would have had the curve, and just could have looked at it. Oh yeah, I mean, this drops a lot, I guess. And yeah, so that's something. But other than that, that's just not the best. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's still fucking up in the ass. I'm not a fucking scientist, fucking mathematics. But I'm still, there is the thing I love about myself. Even though I'm not an expert in any field, I still manage to wrap my hand around something and make some fucking crazy shit. Okay, I didn't show you the full Excel spreadsheet, but then trust me, I think I did things that many people will not even dare to attempt doing. And I'm very proud of that. Bro, I was so fucking deep into the formulas that day. Crazy shit, man. Crazy fucking shit. Even like simply the conditional formatting, like all of these cool perks I have. Basically, I can choose my own price and it will automatically change the values this formula takes. Like fucking, and also the conditional formatting, like it shows me if the price is good enough. Like maybe I have to raise it to 8. Oh yes, now it is not even good. Let's try to 10. I probably have some messed up statistics here. Oh no, wait, that's the wrong number, so I had to modify this. Yeah, so I put 8. Oh yes, now I'm making profit. So let's go 10 and shit. And this also approximates the margin, but if I change it back to 0, the automatically calculated price takes in, and look at that. Bam, this hides, this shows again, which is the margin I can choose to automatically calculate the price, and this also changes, blah blah, and that's fucking cool, I think. Also, depending on if I am renting the dryer or not, also changes some of the expenses here and hides, let's say, some of the expenses. because they're not needed, because I'm not renting, I'm buying, so things change, okay, and that's all calculated automatically, and the conditional formatting is on fucking point. I have some error checks basically to check if something is not computing right, and I have to check formulas again. Very fucking cool shit, man. Just the top of the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg. Other than that, what can I tell you? Space repetition going on. Knots, I'm fucking loving knots, man. I also started doing some, I mean, not started doing, I started writing today, just barely, the, you know, the market research, not survey, it's called questionnaire. And I got a basic idea of what to do, and thanks to the article I read on business, you know, the fucking market research article from Kiwix, I was able to understand a couple of things, and it gave me a few, you know, fuel for thought. Honestly, I want to read the summarize. Oh, by the way, look at this fucking cool shit. Another thing, a very cool thing, honestly, I did is this one. Look. So this is the article in the notes I took with the corresponding space repetition formatting, so it basically makes quizzes out of it. But at the end, okay, when I have these like long notes, which obviously I copy pasted, I didn't fully write myself, I have this fucking thing. Okay, do you remember the conclusion automation tool I made, you know, where there is the guy, you know, it kind of gathers all of my quotation and breakthroughs, like internalized thoughts. Look at this shit. Now it's not an element like a fucking markdown element, it's our own HTML. Look at this shit. Look at what it gathers now. Bam. Basically gathers my breakthroughs. So basically that's what it used to. Plus, not only the breakthroughs, which is the first section, it also gathers the highlights and the bolds. So basically, if there is something bolded, it will, you know, take that block, put it in, highlighted, same thing. So that's fucking great, I think. And you can just briefly read through this without reading the full thing. It's also smaller text, so you know it's kind of fits better. Yeah, it's kind of a quick way to read through the important information. It was important because I highlighted it. That means it went into my space repetition stuff. So it's also a way to revise the space repetition questions you will eventually get. That's fucking great. Yeah, so basically have these. Oh, also I'm going through a bit of a purge of my Obsidian Vault. That's kind of my mission. Slow mission, but still there. Where I'm basically simplifying as much as possible. Instead of complicating it, I'm starting to. I've done this for a couple of months now, but I'm simplifying as much as possible the whole framework of my Obsidian Vault. And one of the things was removing the bottom line, yeah, basically fucking conclusion. Before I had this, you know, the conclusion tab with a heading here, and I had the text and the script, like this script, and it was a heading, so it was kind of, if you folded the last bigger heading, it also hid that, and it wasn't very cool to have, and it was kind of cumbersome, it was kind of annoying. And if I wanted to merge a file with another, it had that fucking huge code in the middle, and it didn't flow well. So what I did now is I removed the conclusion block, the conclusion heading. I don't like the sound. The conclusion heading from the template. I removed the template, which I usually used to. Now I removed the, you know, the fucking cool actually system of, you know, Control N opens a new tab with you can choose which note you want to create. Now if I click Control N, it just opens a new tab with this simple fucking YAML, like the fucking things here, the data created, a flashcard tag, and that's it. So instead of having the research template where it basically created a note with the conclusion at the end, now it's just bland fucking text, bland canvas. And if I want to add a summarize, maybe it's a long article, or I want to like see my breakthroughs, this is what I can do. I can click Ctrl T, sorry, Alt T, or I click Windows T. Let's do it. Let's do it here. I want to summarize this, so I basically click Alt T, and I click the recap pane. Now this is a template, so now I basically have this bullshit, and I can you know, summarize what I wrote down. That's a simple HTML block that doesn't fold. I mean, it does fold if you close the heading. I didn't think about that. I guess maybe I can work on that, maybe. Nevertheless, doesn't matter. It's very cool, and it's not only omnipresent, so I can place it wherever the fuck I want. So that's about it for my Obsidian automation stuff. And I'm slowly starting to mark with a tag the files I want to delete. If you think, I usually don't like to eliminate data, but if you think about it, I will make actually I'm gonna make it now. I have a backup. If I really wanna go back and see what I created at my starting journeys, I can do that. Now I want to have a uniform, I know this doesn't align with my values in terms of random ass writing, but I want to have a kind of uniform way of taking notes. Maybe this is a mistake, honestly, but there are certain notes I want to take from scratch, like for example some there is like some notes about physiology which I took, but they just don't work well, or I guess I didn't define them well, so the space repetition, I didn't really apply it there. It's kind of messed up. I prefer it to make it from scratch with my new system, and so I want to delete them. So yeah, that's it. I also want to make all of the question separate fucking notes into the same note I made the question in. I think that's the good choice, maybe, and put them inside a code block, a call out block, sorry. So basically inside a call out block with a question and the answer, I guess. That's my idea, at least. Or maybe I can keep the name. I just don't give a fuck. Okay. Today I went to my butcher. Long awaited butcher appointment. I wanted to go there like a few days ago, but my father bought me, so I didn't have the need to. But today I went ahead and called my butcher, ordered a couple of burgers, and yeah, I saw him. So very cool, very excited to see him again. And the meat was good. Okay, let me tell you. Today I ate 4 burgers for dinner. Very nice. Love that, man. And I also, I'm intending obviously to. He's a very. So the knowledge he has is invaluable to me at this point in time. What he knows about the meat industry is exponentially bigger than what I know. Okay. Clearly, okay. So basically, what he says is fucking molten gold to me. So I basically take whatever he fucking says as a fucking treasure. I want to eventually ask him if he can actually I can pay him to give me some of his time. He's a very handy guy. Okay, he's a very handy person, very available, I guess. At least in the butcher shop. I don't know if he's very busy, maybe in private life, but I'm gonna still ask him. Whenever I go there, I always have long dialogues with him because I'm very curious, and he loves explaining stuff, I guess. Yeah, so I guess I don't want to do it there because it's a working place and I don't want to interrupt his business. So it's kind of I always feel kind of out of place, but he always seems very nice and kind and happy to help me out and answer my questions. So I guess that's cool. I appreciate it from him. But again, I want to take it out from the workplace. I want to do it properly in a proper setup, I guess. And I would be very glad to fucking pay him $50 for a couple of hours of his time, honestly. I really want to understand certain things. I wrote down a couple of questions. I may ask him if I get the chance. And yeah, maybe I can get his number and we can message. Maybe that's a better choice, man. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of it for the butcher thing. I'm really excited I asked him a couple of questions as well today while we were talking. He gave me very good insights. For example, I'm considering he gave me this advice, like you should go to actual farms and try to see if they have the raw materials there. Instead of like buying from large chains, you could just go to fucking farms here and find people. That would be amazing. He basically explained it to me as a fucking I don't know, gas freeing fucking Scarface business fucking mafia deal. Like when you create a rapport with the producer and you kind of have this symbiotic relationship with each other, and you're like, I need this amount of stuff tomorrow, can you, oh yeah, I got you, bro. Like it was like you're gonna have this relationship, it was very very cool to imagine. But yeah, he was telling me that, and I was asking him about shipping, because I'm considering this more about the business stuff. So we get into the business. So, oh fucking hell, 30 minutes of video. So I was like, should I export from out of my region or not? This is one of the things I want to understand and clarify. I think it's very important, because here is the thing. Buying meat, okay, but you have to keep in mind the price of shipping. Okay, I don't know, like from what I understood, you pay for the distance they ship you the thing, I guess. That's what ChatGPT told me. I'm gonna ask it twice to more specified bots, but again, from what I understand, the longer the trip, the more you pay. And I'm talking a lot of money, like an estimate of 2 to 3 to 1 euros per kilometer of shipping. So basically, if I buy meat from fucking somewhere, I have to spend money to transport that. And don't get me wrong, buying meat anywhere will cost you shipping, I guess, but having it locally would be way better, because you pay less shipping. You maybe you can talk to the same person every time. You're not talking to a call center, and yeah, I guess you can also create a better relationship with them, and maybe it's even cheaper. I don't fucking know, man. I guess that's an option. And yeah, I mean, if you are able to do business with someone who needs business, that's a great deal. So we can create some yeah, I mean, I can create some movement in a market, I guess. The thing is, I was also thinking the frequency. So the reason I usually in my calculation, I usually wrote down like one order per month, and maybe like I'm fucking huge, 100 or 200 kilograms of meat, and over the month I would work it out. I'm also considering now, what if I do many... Okay, sorry, the main reason I was thinking that way is so that I had to do less buys as possible. Basically, I could pay only one shipping, and that's it, instead of paying like 4 different shippings if I do, because that sums up pretty quickly. Okay? It's a lot of money. Comparing it to the rest, like this is the amount of like per kilo. Look at the red. Okay, the red is very substantial. It's a lot. Okay, the shipping increases the price of a lot. Fuck, like 5 euros per kilogram type shit. So the less I do, the better. But I was thinking, what if I buy meat locally, or even from the butcher? I know this sounds crazy, like fucking double the price, but what if I do that and I save refrigeration? I don't have to, get a refrigerator, like a freezer, because I buy meat fresh and I process it the same day. What about that? And I also save money from shipping. So these are a whole new view of the thing. This will mean I buy meat at double the price. At the same time though, I'm not paying for the refrigerator. It costs like a couple of thousands, not thousands, but a couple of hundreds, many hundreds, almost thousands of money, of currency, considering both the refrigerator and the freezer. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know, maybe that's an option, I guess, because it's gonna be very flexible that way. Think about that. I don't have to cut anything. I don't have to potion. I have to work way less. That's never been my goal though. Just to work less. My goal is to make a good product that sells, and that has to do with other things also. Yeah, I mean that's the main idea. Was the main, I guess, breakthrough I had today. I can consider that like buying meat more often and saving on refrigeration, basically making the batch right away. This is something I will need to ask to another business, maybe the fucking guy I saw on YouTube who made his own business. Like, how does he do it? I never saw him talk about how he produces meat. But I guess all options are valid. The main problem is like having the place to do this stuff at that has to be certified. I was thinking maybe there is a place that is pre-organized, I can borrow someplace, but I don't know, man, it just feels very far-fetched. I still have to look for options for that. In terms of having a product that sells, thanks to the market research, the research paper, I also read stuff about, you know, how to validate, how to like make sure there is a need. Also the positioning is like the practice, like the process of creating a unique, distinct from competitors image and favorable image of your brand. Like, I have to create a specific set of characteristics that take a special place in people's mind. Okay, for example, if I think of shipping, I think of Amazon. If I think of fucking, I don't know, like you know, Airbnb, you know, it's the go-to place to book apartments, I guess, or like like fucking the fucking I don't know, like a healthy food of, you know, brand food. That's something I want. Like, I need to make the brand about a specific thing that is unique to the market. For example, in my case, it's perfect because it's basically there is no beef jerky that is completely clean without any other strange ingredients, just meat and salt. It could be a very strong point if it is valued. I don't think it is though. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just me that wants pure jerky, but that could be an idea. Like, you know, making my product occupying the space in people's head about the, you know, the beef jerky that is clean. Okay, yeah, there are a lot of beef jerkies. I cannot have the monopoly over all of them, but I can't have the monopoly over a niche of the beef jerkies. Like, maybe good quality, fucking simple as fucking ingredients. Okay, I think, okay, let me tell you, when I want clean and, you know, simple and cheap supplements, protein powders, vitamins and shit, I always think of Bulk, the website, you know, the fucking business called bulk.com. I discovered that first time when I was looking for simple as proteins, okay, protein powder. That was one of the few brands that offered basically unflavored, unsweetened protein powder. All of the others were full of sweeteners, things I didn't want. So that became my trust. Like, when I thought of clean supplementation, I thought of Bulk. And that kept being consistent because also, like, vitamins, they were cheap as fuck. And they were simple. They didn't have any fillers. They were very concentrated in, like, the UIs. Vitamin D. I have vitamin D here. I still have the... Look, still have there is salt now in here, but, you know, Bulk, okay, it's clean fucking supplements. So that is the place Bulk installed in my head. Clean, simple as fuck supplements without any fillers. They are not trying to mess up with you. They are not trying to dissuade and mislead you. It's just fucking simple. Vitamin D, 10,000 UIs, which is a lot. Not 10,000, I think it was 4,000, but still I could take two, and there were many, like fucking, how many? It is 4,000 and there were something like 270 tablets. It's a lot. And it was like, how much? 12 euros, something, or 8, I don't remember, very fucking cheap, for the amount of pills they gave you and how strong they were. So that's, bulk is really good, has a really good position in my head. I always advise bulk. The same thing I think I want to do with my beef jerky. Now I only just realized that bulk had the same effect as the one I want to have with my beef jerky, like clean as fuck products. Although I don't believe, or at least I hope, but I don't think people actually care about what I care. So basically clean as fuck product, cheap clean product. I think people care more about the flavor and the low fat and fucking other things, and that's what I'm trying to figure out with the survey. Okay, I'm creating this survey, and the basic steps are, first of all, try to identify the demographics, so age, sex, occupation, physically active or not, do you follow a specific diet, so like dietary habits and shit. I think that's my demographic part at the moment. Then I've got the perception of beef jerky. So I got, do you know what beef jerky is? Have you ever tried beef jerky? How much should beef jerky, sorry, how much do you think a 25 grams beef jerky cost? What about 80 grams? And how much should it cost? So how much does this cost and how much should that cost? Maybe they will help me out understand what people expect, what people think actually, and what people would like to have. Let me write down a note, just came up in my head. Okay, basically I want to ask if there is a specific reason they don't buy beef jerky more often. Maybe that's cost. I'm gonna make up multiple choice. So cost, flavor, they just don't like it. Is it availability? You can find it. Like fucking, I'm gonna put a few options. That's a very good question actually. And so I've got the, and after the perception, I've got the preferences survey. Basically, I'm gonna ask a couple of questions with a slider, basically along the lines of how much do you value this thing? How much do you value this thing? I'm gonna say like high in protein, low in fat, high in fat, lack of sugar, lack of preservatives, lack of fillers, taste, like what do you value more, like what do you value respectively to each other, so I can get an idea of what people actually care about. Because if it was me, at least in my dream scenario, I would like people to be very keen on avoiding sugar and avoiding fillers, I guess, and they care about high protein and taste, I guess. That's the thing. Maybe even high fat. I don't think many people will agree with me, but I hope people don't care about that. And maybe, yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying to understand, depending on the demographic, this is the big survey. I want to understand what are the ideas, preconcepts, and the preferences. What do they value? So I can understand better what I can offer. So if you value a lot clean ingredients, and in the market there is not many beef jerkies with clean ingredients, and you value price, I see an opportunity. Clean beef jerky, which is also cheap. So that's, trying to see what people lack in the market, like what the target market is missing, basically. I know what's missing for me. I have to see if other people are also on my side, if they are also seeing what's missing or not. Or maybe most people don't even fucking know what jerky is. That's why I asked the first question there. So that's about it for the survey and my market research. I think I did a good summarize of what I'm doing. It's midnight and 10, I want to go to sleep. These last few days I've woken up pretty early, but I didn't sleep a lot, honestly. I went to sleep pretty late, and I woke up pretty early. Once I wake up, I cannot fall back to sleep, and I also feel obliged to go and work, so I don't want to waste the morning, and morning is the sharpest time for me. at least for now, the time I have the most motivation. I think I have a lot of dopamine in the morning. I actually feel the dopamine, but I actually feel genuinely like, okay, that as the day go on, I feel less and less dopamine energy, but especially when I came back, man, mornings were so fucking exciting. So yeah, I wanna go to sleep now, or at least try and force myself to. Actually, I will have to force myself, maybe with some guided meditation. It's also getting pretty hot here. So yeah, I wanna go to sleep. I also wanna wake up tomorrow at a decent time and feel fucking energized. Maybe it's the sleep that's taking my efficiency down, who knows. On hold, I have the planimetry. I'm also making a small simulation of how the room could look like. Yeah, that's kind of most of the things. I downloaded Excel. No, I didn't manage. And or maybe yes, who knows? There is a free version of Excel I discovered on web. It kind of sucks though. Yeah, so that's not it. I wanna try and go to sleep, even though I don't think I will go to sleep. And yeah, last note I was talking about was I just feel like every day I wake up a little bit less motivated. Just an impression. I still feel very excited when I wake up, don't get me wrong. But the level of dopamine is decreasing. I think, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe it's just me not doing the right things in the morning that don't give me the right feedback. Maybe tomorrow we wake up very rested. Maybe it's the rest that's missing, and I will do some work. I will go clean the dishes. I will feel productive again. I also want to dedicate some time to studying, because I took the fucking I signed up to the university. I have to do the test in September, in a couple of weeks basically. So we like to also study chemistry and shit. Other than that, it's pretty fine. So yeah, I also have that going on, the university shit. Honestly, I don't really care about that though. Honestly, this is one of the few times I actually say I don't care about something because I'm focused on entrepreneurship. I usually said that I don't care about school. I care about entrepreneurship, but I usually, when I thought of entrepreneurship, I never felt very confident or either like attached. So I said I didn't care about university. I care about the business. To be completely fair, as much as I cared, I didn't put much faith into it as well. So now though, I feel very invested in this thing compared to previous initiatives I had. So I actually don't prioritize school as much. Like, the full crude reality I think now is that yes, I will try my best there. I will study. I will be interested in what I do there. At the same time though, I'm not sure I will pursue that as much as I should. Because that's uni. I don't know what. That's not my dream. And two, I just realized now it's in Italian. I'm gonna have to start in Italian. I don't know how to implement that with my study process on Obsidian. Maybe I can study by myself. I just take what they do and study by myself on other platforms, I guess, in English. I don't know. Maybe I can study at school, and at home I restudy everything in English. Fucking, I don't know. But it's gonna be for school as well. My maths were good. My reverse tattoo is still there. And yeah, it's kind of a long video, man. Almost 1 hour. I had to get all the things off my chest, I guess. And I don't know if I want to keep doing this for so long, man. It's taking a lot of time. 40 minutes is a lot, so yeah. It's been a while I've not done a video so long. This is gonna be I really like the video, how the video went today, how the catalog went today. Said a lot of things in a not pedantic manner, I hope. Less than usual, I guess. I went over a diverse array of subjects, and I think my vocabulary is improving. Speaking of English, man. I'm less stagnant. I stutter less. I find better, like more fluent words. I also, okay, before going to sleep, when I go to sleep, I'm gonna try and watch the video about how to speak better, which I have to still watch. And now I'm gonna satisfyingly check off my to-do things on my to-do list. This is very handy, by the way. I love this new system of like noting down rough notes on paper. This is like, and I'm gathering everything, so I am still logging everything basically with this clip. I have all of my past stuff, and yeah, that's front and back. And I write stuff down here, and I can check things off, and I can have a visual thing, which is not on PC. On PC it's very uncomfortable, honestly. So yeah, very glad of this video. Honestly, I want to end it off with a good note. I still don't have good notes to leave at the end of the videos, but yeah, I hope you're doing good, man. Really hope you are. If you're a stranger watching this video and you stayed so long, holy fuck, must be into your training. I mean, I know, I really wish you the best. I really wish you follow your dreams like I am right now. And it sounds very cliche and strange to say this stuff like this. I never expected myself to say follow your dreams. But I guess, like, yeah, I wish you luck, man, on everything what you're trying to do. Remember, if you have a plan, I think if you want to get an advice, like, have a plan, like, start actually planning, throwing things down, try to see the viability of it, like the feasibility of that, like I did with Excel. And it's kind of kind of what got me into the whole simulation stuff and trying to understand if it's possible and shit. Still have a long way to go doing the market analysis and see the profit potential and that shit. Like the actual numbers, I still have to see them. I know where to look for them, but I have to find a session to do that. But yeah, I think what I learned is like having a plan, throwing down even a roughly made plan that you would like in the future polish is a great start. Yeah, so hope you're doing great. See you next time. Bye bye.